Plaintiff Brandon Williams says the defendant is a good-looking guy who's a talented rapper, but he's afraid of the ladies. Brandon worked as the defendant's manager, and he booked him a lot of shows, but the defendant became a diva who would often refuse the gigs. Brandon's suing him for a cell phone bill. Defendant Sergey James admits that Brandon got shows for him, but says he would promise sold-out shows, and then Sergey would be performing to an audience of 3. Sergey insists there was never a set agreement for him to pay the phone bills.
All right, tell me what happened here.
Your Honor, Sergey, as you can see, is a nice-looking young guy. He doesn't really use his mouthpiece too well. You know, he's kind of scared of the ladies.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of goes to character, that's all.
Does he sing or something?
No, he's actually a rapper, and I was his manager.
All right.
Yeah.
Threw me off.
Yeah, I know, I'm sure.
All right.
But, yeah, I was his manager.
Nice the guy looks and...
Yeah. Well,
I thought you jumped over something. You should have told me, and he's a singer, and then he uses.
Okay. All right. Well, he's an artist, and I was managing him.
Threw me off.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure.
All right.
But, yeah, I was his manager.
Nice the guy looks. And...
Yeah.
Plaintiff Brandon Williams is suing his former client, who says, although he's a rapper, Brandon once booked him a gig at a country comedy club.
Gotcha.
You know, he's a very nice-looking guy, like I said before, and, you know, he's a great rapper. He's very talented. So, Sergey, we've been, you know, working together for about 5 years now, and not once has he, you know, brought around the female friends that he has or, you know, that he claims to have. Sometimes I think they're invisible. You know, like, I think he has one with him now. I don't know what's going on over there.
But you some type of hound? You're trying to come up?
No, I'm trying to demonstrate his character.
That might mean he don't want to bring his women around you. That's
exactly
my point, because you'll be trying to come up.
Exactly.
Nah, you know, I got my
Stab
family.
the man
I'm
in
good
the
to go
back.
on that.
So why are you so concerned about him not bringing his women around you?
It's just demonstrating his character. You know, he when he comes around me,
Demonstrate your character, man. mean you're not to be trusted. That's what it sounds like. Go ahead.
Your Honor, well, you know, I've been like a mentor, like a big brother, manager, and I think I played my role very well for him. Sergey is kind of like a divo. Divo to me is like a male diva. I would get him shows and performances, and he wouldn't want to do the shows. He would want to be like, you know, complaining about the venue or things like that.
Object, Your Honor. The thing about this guy is he'll set up a show to where it's like, you know, he'll tell me it's going to be like a JD type of audience where it'd be like, oh, it's going to be like a live crowd, you know, the full house and everything. We go there, it's like 3 people with canes and like beside the people we brought in there. I'm like,
you
how
say
am I
with
to
walkers, 3 people.
And then on top of that, Your Honor, on top of that, like he said, I'm a hip hop artist, that's what I do. But my thing is, he had me performing at like a country comedy club. It didn't make sense. You know, I go there, like, I look at the people, they looking at me like, I don't expect you to be here. And
How many records
I don't
you
expect
sold?
you to be here. He never helped me with that either.
That
That was his job to help me with
well,
that,
if you
right?
got out there with them 3 people.
Your Honor,
The 3 people.
the whole reason I even set venues like that up so he can kind of get his foot off the ground. You know, you gotta walk.
Right, that's what you have to do.
He think he Kanye West
walk.
already.
I'm with you now. He talking the Devo talk.
Yeah, he think
Ain't
he's
on the
Kanye West.
record to think he's supposed to have a packed house.
Right, and I just want him to get the
Supposed to be more than
experience
3 people there, though.
So it's like a training exercise more than anything, you know?
Good
And
observation.
He felt
That's
that
right.
way.
I could have practiced at home in front of 3 people, my mom and my grandma and my sister or something. I didn't have to do it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that.
How long you been rapping?
Roughly myself, I've been into music since I was like 13 years old. Didn't really take it serious.
And you
until-
haven't gotten a major label deal?
No, sir.
All right.
No, sir.
Your Honor,
May have something to do with the fact that you're not willing to take the small steps. I see young guys all over the country on the street with their CDs and give them $10 for their CD. I give it to them. You're talking about not having an audience.
That's a whole
I'm an
different
audience
scenario.
of one.
That's a whole different scenario.
No, it's the scenario of starting out with nothing, giving your CD to whoever you think and pray will listen to it, performing in front of 3 people on walkers. They may go home and tell their young son, or they may get the DVD and tell their grandson that we just happened to stumble into the wrong concert hall, but we heard a rapper you might like. They give it to your grandson. Grandson gives it to somebody. I'm just telling you, man. You think you're going to start at the top, huh?
I understand that.
You selling these CDs out of your own pocket, or?
And Your Honor, I mean, studio time, shows. I mean, and Your Honor, I had no problem with financing all this because I believe in him as an artist. I mean, I really like put a lot of time and effort into him because I believe in him. And I know he can do it.
Why didn't you have any then? Did you have some CDs to sell?
No, because, Your Honor, it kind of goes to play. I didn't follow through with those steps because of things like the cell phone bill.
Not because of a cell phone bill,
well,
please.
Not because of the bill, but, you know, like over the last few years, I've got him like 5 phones. He always breaks them, drops them, cracks them, and they're like PDAs and smartphones. They're really good phones.
Y'all not hustlers. I got to push the button and turn it up.
My hustle stays on. My hustle stays on. It stays on. My hustle is always on.
How does he owe you for the cell phone bill?
Well, Your Honor, I got the cell phone because he was an artist and he didn't have a phone, and I had the means to get it at a discounted price for him. I got it for a discounted price. He said, you know, he's willing to pay for it. Over the time he had it, probably about 2.5, 3 years, I paid it a lot more than often just because I wanted to keep it on for him. He would sporadically make payments, $40 here, $30 there, and the phone would stay on, just the minimum amount to keep the phone on.
He agreed to pay the bill, obviously?
Yes.
Plaintiff Brandon Williams is suing his former client, who says, although he's a rapper, Brandon once booked him a gig at a country comedy club.
Sir?
It wasn't even a set agreement because he knew I didn't have a job at the time either. So like with the phone bill being like $70-something, I was doing what I can and gave him what I can. And like he said, he was supposedly paying it. If he was paying it, how did the phone bill come up to like $300 out of nowhere?
The only question is, did you agree to pay the phone bill?
I agreed to pay what I can. He knows that because I didn't have a job in order to be like, well, I'll pay the whole phone bill.
Did he have a job?
Like
How did you expect him to pay it?
I mean, he'd do odd jobs. You know, his mom would help him out. That's why I agreed to help him out. You know, he was.
His mama wouldn't get one in her name for him, so that should have told you something.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I just had the means to get it at a lesser price than the average, so I wanted to help him out.
But he said he only told you he'd help pay the bill when he could. Did he tell you that?
I mean, that conversation never actually took place of I'll help you when I can. It was more so of thank you for getting it for me. You know, I'll make payments on it. I'll have my sister pay it. I'll make a payment. He would bring me the money and give it to me rather than just going to pay the bill. I told him I don't even want the money. I just want the money on the bill.
Did he ever tell you that? That don't bring the money to him, take it to the...
At times he did, but it was not like he ever complained about me giving it to him because like when I go out to the north area or something, I'll just give him the money rather than going to a Sprint store because I didn't have the transportation to get to the Sprint store. But when I got to him, or when I gave around him, he came to me to get the money.
Now I think, sir, it sounds like to me there was an expectation that you would pay the bill. Anytime someone tells you to go to the Sprint store, that's totally different than give me something on that phone, man. That's a totally different thing. You say, give me something on it. What you
but
got
it wasn't
on
even
the
all
phone?
the time he told me that. He didn't start telling me that until like hella
$302 is your judgment. I believe he agreed to pay the cell phone bill. Good luck to you guys. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I mean, professionally, you know, the relationship's over. Personally, I love him like a brother, so I'm always going to be there for him.
Same. You know, I feel the same. So far as professional, I have to work that out on my own, but so far as the personal level, it's no hard feelings.
Love you, man.
It's all good, man.
You'll always be there.
Yeah, no hard feelings, man.